Hello, welcome back to another episode of Leo Interviews. Today we have Kevin McShan with us.
Hi, Leo. Great to see you, buddy, and I'm looking forward to a great conversation.
Of course. Well, let's go ahead and get into today's podcast. Tell me about you.
Yeah, so Leo, what you need to know about me is that I am committed to creating the most inclusive world that I can. So I'm a podcast host. I was born with a disability called spastic quadriplegia cerebral palsy. Simply means that I don't have enough oxygen. In my legs to walk normally. And I found out at the age of 9 that I wouldn't be able to walk for the duration of my life. But I've turned my story into my message, and now I'm a professional speaker and podcaster that helps organizations understand the benefits of hiring people with disabilities and bringing them into their organization, buddy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So tell me about your podcast and where people can find it.
Yeah, so the podcast is called Let's Have This Conversation. If you just type that in Google, you can find it wherever you get your podcast. And the podcast is my attempt at moving the needle of progress forward on a whole host of issues, including business, disability and inclusion, sports, politics, special interest stories and human interest stories, because I wanted to create a platform that allows people to share their life story and expertise with an objective mindset to give people a lot of great information.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like these days people don't have a platform where they can talk about what they want to talk about,
Yeah, so that was one of the main drivers of me creating this platform to allow people to come to a bipartisan or nonpartisan space to allow them to share their expertise and their knowledge about the importance of collaboration of ideas and having a diverse way of looking at the world.
What is your biggest challenge and how did you overcome it?
Well, I think for me, the biggest challenge is, the attitudinal barrier for living with a disability, and how I overcame it was, I believe that there is power in collaboration. You get more done when you collaborate, and I believe that everyone's portrait of success is different. So I overcame this by having conversations just like this one about the importance of inclusion, and now I speak about it to organizations to help them amplify their understanding of inclusion and how they can use it as a competitive advantage throughout their organizations.
Cool. Yeah, I know, really connecting and like you said, collaborating is a good way to pretty much double your work speed.
Yeah, absolutely. Many hands, Leo, make for light work. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And if you don't mind me asking, I would like to send you a collaboration invite when this video comes out, just to help our view count, just because it's kind of healthy.
Yeah, absolutely. I love collaborating and sharing information. So that's no problem, my friend.
Perfect. What is the biggest piece of financial advice that you could give to someone?
That's a very good question. I think the biggest piece of financial advice that I can give someone is prioritize your resources for the things that are important to you, so that you can have a longevity of impact. And what I mean by that is, if you prioritize your financial priorities, it allows you to have a sustainable impact that allows you to impact more people. So the biggest piece of financial advice would be prioritize your impact, prioritize your resources to ensure that they can have the most or maximum amount of impact for the priorities and things that are important to you specifically.
Bro, what you just said, I think everyone should listen to you. I just got the most wisdom in my entire life from that.
Well, I'm glad I could move the needle of knowledge forward for sure, Bonnie, and I'm glad that you found that engaging and insightful for sure. So thank you for the compliment.
Yeah, of course. And, like you said, like everyone, should have, an impact on the world.
Absolutely. We only have one life to live, so we have to maximize the moment of both impact and opportunity for sure.
Yeah, I just realized that cats have an unfair advantage because they have 9 lives, we only have 1.
Well, that only means that we have to increase our urgency of impact, doesn't it, Leo?
Yeah, true. Well, as always, it's that time of the podcast again where we get to tell our viewers to go buy new Leo Interviews hats available at leointerviews.com. We're currently selling white and black lettering, but we'll soon be selling some black hats and white lettering for when it gets cold during winter time, or people probably wear beanies. But yes, we will be making more new hats and also some new products as well. And you guys can find it at leointerviews.com. Now, I'm sure that, you also want to have your part. So we're not going to leave you hanging because while our hat's really cool, we also have to help you. So is there maybe a website, a link, or really just anything where people can find out more about you?
Yeah, all of the information about my podcast and my life is at my website, Leo, and that's KevinMcShanSpeaks.com.
Perfect. Well, guys, go help support Kevin. He's been an amazing guest on today's podcast, and he seems like a great guy.
Well, Leo, I want to commend you for having insightful conversations that help us move both the needle of knowledge forward and for providing this platform for others to share their stories. It was a delight to be with you, and thanks for the invitation, my friend.
Oh, of course. And as always, we have to move on to our top 3 questions. Are you ready for it?
I am. I was born ready, my friend. Let's do it.
Okay. Number 1, what is your favorite color?
My favorite color in the world is red, Leo.
And so why did you choose red out of all the other colors?
Why did I choose red? I chose red because red is a vibrant color, and I like to make an inclusive statement of, acceptance. And I associate red with being the color of acceptance and inclusion. So that's why I chose red.
Oh, that's nice. Now on to our number 2 question. What is your favorite type of food?
That is a fabulous question. So I am a breakfast guy. So give me pancakes or French toast any day of the week, my friend. And I'm also partial, Leo, to Olive Garden breadsticks. If I could only eat one thing left in the world, give me some Olive Garden breadsticks, okay?
Oh, yeah. Hey, I'm just saying, I don't know if you heard the rumors, but apparently they have some unemployed, unpaid employees back in the kitchen just making infinite breadsticks. I don't know if it's real or not. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully they're paying their employees a fair amount of wage, which I'm sure they are, but I don't know. There are rumors. There are rumors.
Oh, well, we got to investigate rumors before we broadcast them to the world. But yeah, those breadsticks are pretty good, buddy.
Yeah. I just gotta say, I love French toast, especially when my mom makes it. She'll put cinnamon, she'll put syrup. She toasts it at like the perfect amount, and it's just so good.
Well, homemade food is always the best, my friend, because it allows us to explore what we like, our palates of what we'll accept for food, and it's great and to have homemade food because you can sustain excellence both at home and in your stomach as well. So it's a win-win, my friend.
Yeah. What is the best, or like, what is your best way that you like, what's the most successful way that like you motivate people?
I've never been asked that question, so that's actually a very good question.
Thank you.
I think you're welcome. I think the best way that I motivate people is living my life through the example or the eyes of which that I want to be perceived. So what I mean by that is living authentically, living my own life. Leo, I always say that there isn't a 50% off policy or a return policy when you have a disability. So it's living my authentic life and living a life through the example that I want others to emulate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just saying, I think what you're doing is amazing, helping other people get inspired to, do what you're doing.
Well, I appreciate that, Leo, and I commend you for all the good work that you're doing and the amount of passion and persistence you put behind this podcasting project. Because I have hosted my podcast now for 6.5 years, and I know the amount of work that goes into hosting a podcast. So I want to commend you for the great work that you're doing, buddy.
Well, thank you. And I looked a little bit about you, and apparently you like being a sports broadcaster.
Sports is. I always say that sports is the bonding agent that brings us together. So I originally went to school to become a sports journalist. So I love sports and the competition and the way it brings ordinary people to people together with people with higher incomes. Sports is one of the universal ways that we can create happiness, and that's one of the reasons I love it so much, my friend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, what's your favorite sport?
My favorite sport is football.
Mm-hmm.
For better or for worse, Leo, I'm a long-suffering Detroit Lions fan, but I like all sports because I like the art of competition and really the amount of strategy that it takes to be successful in sports.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, I don't know too much about the Detroit Lions. How are they doing this year? They doing good?
They're one of the dark horses to possibly win the Super Bowl this year. So, they've got a really good team, Leo. And if they can get their defense to play up to par, they may have a really good year. But we'll see about that, buddy. We'll see once football season starts in September.
Yeah, we go to Michigan every once in a while because we have I guess like a vacation home there.
A cottage, yeah. I interviewed your dad about that, buddy. And in fact, when your dad was on my podcast, he did the interview from your vacation home in I think it's Traverse City or Upper Michigan. So, it was great to talk to your dad, and I live in Windsor, so next time you're at the cottage, buddy, it's not that far away from where I live, so we should get together.
Oh yeah, and yeah. So since we go up there every once in a while, I hear about the Detroit Tigers and the Lions and everything Detroit, right? I don't really catch up too much on like football or whatever, so I kind of don't really keep track. So hopefully they do good this season.
Detroit's an interesting and unique sports city, and in fact, they're the only professional sports city with all four major arenas within a quarter mile of each other now since
Wow.
the Pistons moved back downtown. So it's a unique and vibrant and passionate sports city for sure. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, are you ready for our hardest question that I'm about to give you yet?
Oh, I guess so, Leo. Hit me with it, buddy. What you got, boss?
Okay, I'm about to name you two sodas, and you have to choose to drink only one of them, okay?
Sure.
Okay. One of them is a Sprite, and the other is a Pepsi. Which one are you choosing?
You know, my father, Leo, would be very disappointed with my answer because he used to drink a whole lot of Pepsi. But I'm a Sprite guy at heart, my friend. But if I have to drink soda, that would be my choice, boss.
Oh, well, now Sprite is at, I think, 4 points. Yeah, 4 points right now. So is Pepsi at 4. So it's currently tied. It's the first 1 to 10 wins. I'm excited to see how this plays out.
Fabulous. Let's play the game, buddy.
Yeah. And yeah, we can play again when you see you next time as well.
See you next time, boss.
All right. Oh, guys, hit that like button, smash the subscribe button, punt the bell button like they do in football, where they punt the football. And as always, it was nice chatting with you.
Leo, it was great to spend a couple of minutes with you. Thank you for the platform and opportunity, my friend. It's most appreciated.
Of course. Well, until next time, guys. Bye.